After a very long day in Machu Picchu, the next day we were picked up by the best guide of all Peru. He was absolutely wonderful, Don Ronald. I will leave you his number in the description below in case you need a guide and driver in the area of Cusco and Valle Sagrado. He explained to us how Cusco is pre-Inca and how it was built on top of the original buildings. Plus, he told us how 70% of the population actually depends on tourism. So during the pandemic, they were hit very hard while the country was closed to visitors. He was incredibly funny and wit, and from the first moment made us laugh with things such as pointing out how the only monastery with a balcony and how his wife won't let him come down this road after 11 p.m. because the nuns come out to such balcony looking for men passing by. He then took us to breakfast to a delicious restaurant called Chicholina Cafe, a must if you're in Cusco for breakfast time. We had pastries, eggs, bacon, and an assortment of jams and butter on freshly baked bread, and I had the best avocado and hummus toast. Plus, the only coffee we found of all of Peru that was worthwhile. After our yummy breakfast, we started our road trip through El Valle Sagrado, all in the meantime listening to some history with, of course, some humor from Ronald. Like, which is the only blonde that doesn't cheat on you? The Cusco beer, La Cusqueña, and what became my family's favorite beer. This while crossing fields of barley and wheat. One of the things that you will notice about Peru is that each town has something they are known for. Here we passed, for instance, the town known for their pork rinds, the one known for cooking cuy on a dowel, the one known for their leather making, and even got to stop at one known for their textiles. We learned that their favorite drink is la chicha de jora, a purple corn fermented drink, that the difference between choclo and corn is that choclo is what they call corn on the cob when it's fresh, while the word corn is used solely once it's dried. Plus, if you didn't already know, the world owes its thank yous to Peru for potatoes. They, in fact, cultivate more than 4,000 varieties of such root vegetable. In Chinchero, the town known for their textile making, we got educated in their traditions and the process of how they cultivate, clean, make thread, naturally dye, and then weave, all by hand, their textiles. We also got to see and feel the difference between the different wools: sheep, llama, alpaca, baby alpaca, and vicuña. Of course, me, the never-ending curious person I am, had to ask about these wool hanging strands with knots simply because I thought they would make a cool piece of art. But we were told that they were actually the Incas' abacus, or way of doing accounting. The woman explained that depending on the number of the knots on the thread and the separation, that was the count. So, if a thread had 8 knots, then 5, then 3, then 2, it would be 8,532 of whatever it was they were counting.
¿Por qué? Porque el animalito desde el día de su nacimiento nunca se ha bañado, ¿no? Una oveja muy cochina. Pero mira cómo suelta. Arja, yarida pa imami agua, sayo manda choncho. centena y millar. ¿Ya? Por ejemplo, cada nudo, acá tengo un nudo, ¿no? Cada nudo, por ejemplo, puede ser que tenga 8, ¿no es cierto? Acá puede haber 6, acá puede haber 5 y acá 4. Entonces, ¿qué sería? 8.554.
¡Wow!
De la fecha baja, amigos, esto. ¿Sí? Cada nudo significa. Esto solamente, y esto se encontró en un solo sitio en Cusco, en Santa Ana. Porque mayormente la mayoría de los quipus fueron quemados por los españoles en la invasión, amigos, ¿no? ¿Cómo no? Nuestros incas eran muchos y los españoles eran poquitos y hemos sido atacados por ellos.
Claro.
¿No? Y esto, amigos, es el quipu camayo. ¿Ya?
Quipu camayo.
Quipu camayo. Que mayormente quienes lo llevaban los chasquis. ¿Y quiénes eran, amigos, los chasquis? Eran los que caminaban 1 kilómetro, cada 1 kilómetro. Tenían que ir corriendo llevando el mensaje.
Ah, los mensajeros, como los del correo.
Esto.
Los del correo.
Este es la bolsa del chasqui. Claro, este es chasqui, porque no había sierra antiguamente, así nomás era. Llevaban, y que llevaban acá su coca. Y llevaban lo que era la encomienda. Porque ellos no podían llevar mucho peso, porque solamente llevaban el mensaje a otro pueblo. Y lo llevaban en esas bolsas acá. Cada 1 kilómetro, amigos, ¿sí? Esta es la tradición que nos han dejado nuestros incas todavía, amigos, ¿no? Que se ha ido transmitiendo de generación en generación. ¿Sí?
Está rico. Está rica.
Bueno, amigos, yo les voy a dar una demostración.
Here we also got to see some cuy up front, which I still simply don't understand how I can eat such cute animals. Just look at how cute they are. We hopped back on the van and drove towards Las Salineras, or salt fields. This place blew my mind, not only on how massive it is, but how it is on the side of a hill in a canyon. It is basically just a creek that feeds all the salt water, and then each individual family is entitled to a small portion of what must take care and harvest the salt. It is wonderful how then it becomes part of their inheritance to the next generations. Don't miss out on buying some of the salts they sell here. I have been using them for my own cooking. We also bought chocolate bars with salt that were quite yummy and make absolutely great gifts. Once done at the salt fields, we drove to Ollantaytambo, which is, if you have seen our previous videos, you know by now, this is where we took the train to Aguascalientes that eventually took us to Machu Picchu. But on this day, we would have time to explore. Ronald dropped us off, and we got to walk around this Inca town and saw some of the ruins, as well as experience protests from the indigenous population. We did a little shopping and went on our way. One of the things that surprised us about Peru is how many tuk-tuks are here. They call them different things in different cities, but here they call them taxichulas, and it's an economical way of transportation. This little town has ruins that seem encrusted into the walls of the mountains and have kept the original walls surrounding the town. Somehow have accommodated their more modern homes into the floor of the valley. It is quite outstanding to see these generations of edifications one on top of the other. After all this touring, we were hungry again, so we went to lunch. I ate cordero en seco, which is dried lamb served with the sweet plantain, choclo, potato, which can't be missed, a fried hot dogs, plus a little bit of salad. We also had the opportunity to try their drink, chicha de jora. Our last stop on this tour was the most beautiful drive crossing through rivers, passing lakes, mountains, and valleys that created a beautiful color variation. Then we got to the last ruins we visited, these lovely ladies selling artisanal items as well. I couldn't resist and bought the softest of blankets, which I hope to soon use on our bed here in California. Want to give us your support? We would love to see you wearing our merch. You can find the link in the description of our Etsy page. Todos compartiendo en armonía. Es la ruta que nos da. If you like this video, please subscribe, hit like, and share. Don't forget to also follow us on Instagram and TikTok for more recent updates of what it is that we're up to. And if you want to watch more of our videos, click to the right.